Hi. Oh my gosh, look at everybody. Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh. Sorry, we're running a little behind. Um, Let me know if you can hear me. I'm having technical difficulties. And it's flip-flopped. Is it?
Yeah. Look how far I move.
Hmm?
Do I look far over?
Oh yeah, but you want me to chair?
Uh,
With a
it
chair.
wasn't cheers. It's the way the angle of the camera up there. You move the chair back.
Gee, it's the chair.
Oh.
Too. Okay, yeah, yay! How's everyone? Hey, Una. Hey, Mezakine. Hello, Craig. Welcome. Let's see who else is in here. I like need my glasses. Good. Hey, Alucarda. we're running a little bit behind, but I'm gonna give you guys a little smoke. But so tonight for our esoteric discussion, I feel like I need my glasses. I can't see. But so tonight we wanted to hop on here and just first of all kind of just keep this rolling, keep the esoteric nights rolling.
The
Um
camera's doing a blurry thing. Keep going in and out,
it's
focusing in
I
and out.
think it's because I was close on it.
Wow. All
But I wanted to keep this going. So I we as usual we have our discussions in the house. So we're like, oh, this is a good topic to bring to chat and discuss with everyone. And if you see the thumbnail, I titled it Consuming Currents of Power. And what I mean by that, before we get into the discussion, what I mean by that is I'm coming from the mind frame of um, a lot of what we talk about in the vampire community, and also what we talk about in the witchy communities as well. Oh, thank you.
right.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you, Ray.
you.
So, this is something that I think can be across the board. You don't have to be in the vampire community. You don't have to be a vampire. But I, this is the mind frame that I never thought about these things until I came into the vampire community. So this is why those things kind of collided. But how we gather energy usually aligns with the things that inspire us. So there's many ways that we can do that. Everybody, does it differently. It's the same way. Like some people like steaks and some people like shrimp. So there's many ways that you can I'm going to say feed. There's many ways that you can gather energy. There's many things that in many ways that people view this. um, I have an all around understanding of it because I work with, right? I'm a Reiki master. I work with frequencies, tuning forks, and singing bowls. And so I understand it coming from that, through that lens as well. So when you tie all those things in together, which is why I say it's more than being a vampire or other kin in the community. I think it is something that we need to know across the board. Um, I just jumped right in. What do you think about that?
What's the title again? You said
So it's consuming currents of power, and currents are right the currents of energy, the current, right? When you think about a current, right? When you plug something in, right, it is receiving the current of energy. So which current, right? Different currents. There's different currents of power. So I'll start, right? So for example, and there's a lot that people don't really like look at as like a current of power. So and that they don't look at as this is something that can feed my soul, that can feed me, that can inspire me and keep me going. So art, like, you know for me, art, music, I'm Venusian, so all those things feed my soul, right? So
Mhm.
um here's a list of things, but
Right. So
everyone has what they feed on,
yeah.
that is their current of power.
Do the viewers know what Venusian means or what that means for you? Um, does everybody know what she says she's Venusian?
I mean, I think that's a popular word. I think
What
that
that
is,
mean?
well, Venusian, right? So
Because and then yeah, say what Venusian is, and then what.
for everyone that could be different. For me, it is literally in my birth chart. So I say this all the time. I am a Taurus rising and Libra sun. So Venus is all up in the things that I do, the way that I do it. So the way that my soul is fed is usually through a Venusian lens. So whatever comes with that. But that's where I begin. There's other ways to do this. And when I say to do this, it depends on, who you are and what it is that you practice. Because when I say to do this, I could mean if I'm speaking to someone that is vampiric, right? To do this could mean something different, So greenery and different types of air instruments. Air instruments, interesting. Practicing which here, Craig? Yeah, so I think it's important for everyone to understand that when you are aware of something, when you say this is the current of energy that I feed from, it's something that's activated, right? It's something that you become aware. Your brain knows, okay, when I pick up this cup, this is I'm going to begin to feed. So I think it's important for everybody to understand that.
Feeding and recharging in nature.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's right up there, number one for a lot of people. But there's so many things, right? There's really not, right? You can't just say, okay, this is a list of things, right? Because anything can be a current of power for you. It just depends on, right? Because it could be a certain aroma. It could be when we talk about our ancestors, right? We talk about a scent that reminds you of your grandmother or grandfather too, right? Cologne. But a smell, a scent, it becomes nostalgic. So there's, in the same way, like for me, even today, we were out shopping, and there's this perfume that is discontinued, and it's a perfume that I adored and used to wear all the time. We ran across it. I'm not going to get to the long story, but it made my day. Just to smell it, it just made my day. It uplifted me. It just, like, my vibrations, my vibrational frequencies just kind of raised. So there are different currents of power, and I think it's important for everyone to have them and acknowledge them.
Right, right. All right. For me, just piggybacking off of that, I feel weird. I don't know what. Like,
I know
how
it's
does
because it's flip
do we
flopped.
look weird, guys? If you could,
Depends.
I don't know. Like I don't know. I feel like we're. But anyway, um, I'm here, ready to go. I like that with the incense. Nice. Yeah, yeah, incense. Um, Lakata, this jewelry I'm wearing. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna give a big shout out to the jeweler
Thank you,
that
Mezzakine.
makes my jewelry. See, there you go. I'll post it for you guys. So this jewelry right here and these pieces that I wear is made by a artist and a metalsmith who's a great artist. He does like knives, actually knife, swords, different metal things like that. But he's actually turned them into jewelry and different pieces, head pieces. I mean, accessories. Literally, I own a lot of his stuff, not only because it captures me, the style and his designs, they literally make me feel stronger. Like I have I own a lot of his pieces. I love his stuff. His pieces give me power. Literally, if I feel like down or I feel like I'm not revved up, I've energized and prayed over and puts these things out in the elements, the sun and the moon, and they have stones and stuff in them that literally activate. And I put
Right.
these on, and literally I've become bolder. I've become stronger.
Right. So they're like charged.
Yeah, and his shapes, the shapes in his, you see, he has like the knife, like it. So it's like even jewelry, like that's talismans, um,
Right.
any little thing like that could, if you know what I realized, it was everything's gonna be different for different people, and that's how it's supposed to be because we're all unique. We're alike, but we're unique at the end of the day. So whatever it is for you, that's going to just be it for you. It may not be somebody. You may say, "Oh, this may be good for you," but for that person, it may be something else. And that's what it's all about: knowing and being true to yourself, like being true to what it is that resonates with only you. And like this may not work for somebody else, but you find your thing. You find what it is that gives you that power. Like it's an organic thing, it's a natural thing. It funny thing is, like when I first saw his stuff, I couldn't, I just had to grab it. Like it will, you will know naturally, like, ooh, it just draws you, like
Mm.
it brings you in. And I was like, I got to, and it had nothing to do with anybody else. Like I didn't really give a shit whether anybody else got it or care. Like I had to have it, and your energy source will be like that for you. Sometimes it might be so personal. It might even be something that nobody else understands, and it doesn't even matter, as long as it's you dig and find what it is and tap into it.
I think too, also, right, because when we're talking, like, I'm looking at the list of things here that I put down that are like currents of power. So when you find out, for example, I was talking about the perfumes. So I have, well, now I have two because the one I bought today. So now there's two on my altar next to Venus, um being charged every time I, which is every day, working in my altar. um so anything that is a current of power for you, The reason why I say it's important to acknowledge that, because you can imbue it further, like he was saying, charge it, in nature. You can take it and imbue it with, more power, because that's the thing that that naturally brings you that inspiration. So imagine charging it, right? Putting it out there in a full moon, or charging it in the dark moon, right? So just putting it out there at a specific alignment, right? Like he was saying, the talisman, right? So I do the same thing with my perfume. So I'll be just sitting in the house and I'm not going anywhere. And when I feel like I need to have that uplift, I'll go and just, take a little squirt of the perfume. And all of a sudden I feel revived. So there are currents of power, right? So I know there was a question asked, and um, the young lady's on here, so she's going to know what I'm talking about. But there was a question asked about because these worlds for me kind of um, collide, and I kind of merge the worlds together when I talk about the vampire community and um, being a witch. When we charge, right? Because feeding is looked at differently as a vampire. So for me, feeding, gathering energy, looks a little bit different. So if I have a talisman, and the purpose of that talisman is to revive me, help bring me inspiration, right? Even inspiration in speaking, like this right here is charged for my throat chakra. So I look at these things in the same way as when I need to be a little charged, I'm going to put on whatever I charged as a talisman for that purpose. So, in a sense, I'm being fed, I'm being revived. It is awakening me, it is assisting me energetically. So, I think this is why I like to have this discussion, because when we talk about feeding, I think everyone energetically feeds.
How long you been? Oh, they talking. I'm glad you guys are talking on the. I love
I
that
love
you got
that.
conversations going. It's good. We're building like a family here, a community here. I love it.
That.
um, just that question alone, I want to piggyback off it and then tell somebody else goes into it. What you just said, was that a question? You was like, what, type of energy, like feeding. What does feeding look like for different people and stuff like that? So just until somebody goes into that, so like I'm aware that in the vampire community, as other all communities, what I like about the vampire community, it highlights it about what's happening a little bit more than maybe like the witches community or the
that's my point,
or other stuff. It says, it just puts a emphasis on the fact of feeding or gathering some type of energy, where people in other places and other situations do it all the time, but they just may not label it as that. So it just puts a label on it. And like you said, it's anything from going to your favorite club, listening to the DJ, and just getting a drink and vibing and getting into the music. Like, man, I needed this. I worked all week.
Right. I needed this, right?
I need to just fucking just get loose, get drunk, whatever, and just chill. And then the music gets you pumping, and you dancing, you having fun, you building yourself back up to the point of like, even people like feed off of flirting. Like they're gonna dance floor
unconsciously, right?
They'll see somebody, like eyeing them or whatever the case may be, and they leave and just, they're feeding off of that. You feed off of that, like to the point of a conversation with somebody just stimulates. Maybe you like a topic, you like talking about science or something. The person likes science too.
Yeah, what's that word? sapiosexual.
Sapiosexual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Like you can find nobody that like your subject, and you run into
Right.
this.
That eros energy.
Yeah, you run into some person that likes exactly what you talk about. The conversation is organic. There's no pulling. There's no, and it just vibes. And you start doing a thing called building a cipher. That's feeding. Like all of this.
Mm-hmm.
All of this. It's so many different. Like it's just a label on gathering energy, and it comes in so many different forms.
Absolutely.
Like to the point of just you wake up in the morning and you smell that coffee. You're like, and it just wakes you up, like, and you know you're gonna you become alive because you know you
coffee.
You know you about to get that cup of morning wake up, like it's like so there's a range of. So would you call yourself a coffee vampire or whatever?
Coffee vampire. Oh, yeah. Feed off them beans.
So you know, like even down to the people that we call them like unethical sci vamps. They call them gaja in the vampire community. Gaja. That's the word GAJA. Gaja. So that's people who just toxic people who literally purposely piss everybody off.
Yeah.
To feed off that negative energy. They like it. Yeah. It's their steak. They like to cause drama and stir people up and instigate bullshit to get everybody riled up, and they just sit back and go. So you have to watch out for those. They're called gaja, the unethical vampires, and it's many of people like that. They don't know they're vampires, but
coffee and bagels vampires.
Coffee and bagels vampires. That's what I like that, right? But sorry, the gaja, they just sit and they'll make a crazy situation. They'll get everybody all riled up, and they just sit back and go. That's their coffee. That's a side vamp. They're doing what they do. That's what they love. That's how they feed.
But the thing about it is, and that's what's crazy is I don't like. There's also the flip side of that where it doesn't have to be chaotic energy. It could be. It could be you.
Work time, guys.
I
got it.
Yeah, it could be the reverse where you raise the energy, make everybody happy, and start a conversation and hype the conversation up, and get them started like that. You just walked away, talked about gaja, and just left me talk about. That's not. Oh, Austin, Texas. Cool. But yeah, I think I'm you're gonna hear me talk about this topic quite a bit because I want to bring awareness to the terminology to bring a better focus so we can find the things that inspire us and not think that it's just only in the vampire community. It's just, especially with a lot of people that's other kin. And different ways to do that. Even creating fetishes, right? Creating dolls. I know a lot of people in the witch community have their themselves as a fetish, and you can feed the fetish energy to raise the vibration, your frequency, or use the doll like voodoo doll for healing. So it's not always necessarily something bad, but yeah, I'm here rambling. Just trying to look at some of the things that I put down here.
So name some of the things.
I mean, it's just like it's just like art, egregore, and egregore. So, for example, right, even like and I know this is not. We could talk specifically about gathering energy from the from a vampiric sense, right? Um, but when we talk about egregores, even in even in I mean, I don't want to put them on blast, but like the LRF.
Don't
Yeah.
don't go there. Don't go there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I won't
Make
start
something else.
trouble.
Make something else. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so right, you can even, for example,
Egregores. Okay.
no, let me hold
Go
up.
ahead.
I got an
Go ahead.
example.
Go ahead.
So
See, I think you learn.
because you got
Oh.
closer, that's what I'm saying. When you get close to it. So even she's laughing. So say you have a coven, right? That coven, when you come together, there's this egregoric energy formed. So maybe you give it a name, right? So then maybe when you're not with your coven members and you're alone and you need some inspiration, you call forth that egregore to help, raise your energy, right? Just to put you in that frequency, as if you were there with your coven. So even with egregores, right, you could create egregores to feed on, right?
That's
And
interesting. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
right, because and this is a lot of the ways that you can use a fetch in the witches world. You can use a fetch to go fetch that energy for you, right? So yeah, there's a I could you could just be really creative with it, but whatever, it's truly only going to work for you if it's something that your soul calls for, your
Right.
soul
That's
connects with.
that's the thing.
So, right, while there's a plethora of things that you could use or tools and techniques, it really truly your soul has to really connect with it, because that's what you're feeding, right? So your soul has to be the thing that really connects with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So like yeah, that's good. Like 'cause that's an interesting. I would like you to talk a little bit more about that when you said
What?
um what you just say. You were saying how it the way you explained the egregore. Um,
Yeah. So
you were saying like if like a fetch. You said something about a fetch
yeah,
in witches.
there's
What do
two
they do? It's like so. What's that?
fetches.
Yeah. What's
I
that?
mean, there's a few reasons that they're created, but in this sense, creating a fetch, your own, the witches, your personal fetch, um, can almost like a familiar go out and almost like a
Oh shit! So you could make you make your own being, your fetch. What else? Is that like a what they call that a homunculus? Oh, that's
oh,
something.
humoculus.
Oh, that's something totally different.
That's something totally different. A
Uh,
humoculus is you're really trying to create a human, like
some type of a
some
being, right?
type of a being. Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's like
Okay.
my gargoyles that I've created, my
Ah.
servitors.
So, but a fetch is a servitor.
It's like a form of servitor,
Uh,
right? But a little different. Um, but yeah, so what however you call it, whatever you choose to call it, if you choose to go the route of a fetch, if you choose to go the route of a servitor, there is this and you can use an object, right? Like I use my gargoyles. You can use an object to be the thing that this is what that essence is going to be carried in, or what you're going to use to call
oh,
forth. um and it doesn't, like I would say, it doesn't have to be right? It could just be the name of your egregore for the coven. So
okay.
when the how you give it, how it becomes the egregore, because every time your coven comes together, you guys call this name in ritual, and it continues to grow so that
Oh,
it becomes this thing. If you are by yourself and you need to draw that inspiration, you call forth that egregore. Like we have one um guardians that in the astral temple, For Jakarta's Day, we have an astral temple where we have guardians. So, essentially, if we continue to work with them, they can become these, this egregore that we call on. But yeah, I think
All
there's
right.
many ways that you could do this, but yeah.
So that's deep. Let me ask this question. Like, bring forth this question. So, like, um, I'm understanding like an egregores, like things like some of these religions and beliefs and things that we create as
So
gods.
y'all have an army. Yes, we do.
Yeah, who's happened?
Y'all have an army of guardians. Listen, I always say you better be safe than sorry. Get that army, layer that protection. Absolutely. In the astral and in the physical. What were you saying?
Nah, um uh so jinn magic,
Ooh.
jinn. So you said egregore. So some reason in my mind it popped to like a jinn, or like, so jinn would be considered like a angelic demon type. Though demons and angels and
Angelic demon.
are the same, whatever. It's just some
Right.
type of other being or jinn, but genie, genie in the bottle call forth, like, so like you bottled that spirit
Yeah,
like a
that came from,
genie.
I believe, I'm not an expert at all on gin, but I believe that came from, they like to, this is why they say when you make sure you clean your empty spaces, like your containers, your bottles, make sure you continue to clean them out because genie they like to hide in those places.
uh,
So I don't know where the genie in a bottle. I mean, I've read a couple of you know reasons why where that came from, but I know one of them is they like to hide
okay.
in those
And
empty
yeah,
spaces.
I'm thinking, I'm not exactly, yeah, like, so like my gin knowledge is not, I got to do a lot more studying on the gin. I
Yeah, King
do
Paimon.
I do love the Eastern philosophies and Islam and Arabian culture and the Persian cultures and different things like that, and where that type of element comes from. But I'm like, I know that the jinn are like in the Quran could possibly, and the ghouls, we could consider this to be like a zombie, like a ghoul. So these are like Islamic references, Arabian references. I know it was 1,001 Arabian Nights was in the 8th century, a story written by the over there by the Caliph um, Hassun al Rashid.
And you're talking about these to be.
Just egregores, because like, thanks for bringing me back, but yeah,
No,
I wasn't.
I didn't know. I
I
was.
wasn't. So like you said, egregore call upon. Like I'm thinking like, so like I even think of that in a Solomonic way, like how they said Solomon trapped the 72 demons in a vessel or something
The
like
brass
that.
vessel.
So it's like almost like the same. It's like a Solomonic type of magic type of a deal of trapping the genie in the bottle
Yeah, I mean,
with
you go look at that.
seals and
You go look at that. Yeah.
and 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 if you want to release
So
it,
I'll tell you what I do.
go ahead.
I'll tell you what I do. So I didn't come up with it. Like I've seen occultists do this, but so first I have to explain, right? When we work with, and I think I said this, I don't know if I said this on the last live or on Patreon. I don't know. I said it somewhere recently, but when you work with whatever you want to call it, you work with a spirit, an entity, a demon, an angel, you aren't always connecting with them truly. And I think 99.9% of the time, most people are not connecting with the true source of that being itself. I feel like most of the time we are connecting with levels of the essence of that being.
Okay.
So this could be because, say, you just decided, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to chant this demon's in, um and you're not pulling out all the stops, right? You're not doing all the ceremonial things. You're not, doing the ceremonial wash and doing all the steps. You're just like, you know what, I just want to sit and chill and connect with this spirit. I feel like that is just you. Most of the time you're going to get the essence of that being. So with that said, um I created a couple of jars
You
where
got some jars up in
I do. I got a lot of stuff up in here. But I created a jar where,
some genies in
when invoking the spirit, the essence of that spirit is within that container. So it serves also as kind of an offering to let that spirit know this is the resting place for that spirit. So in that bottle, there's things that's dedicated to that spirit as well. So during the invocation, the essence of that spirit is contained.
Ah.
So
Oh.
the reason why is not, right, your understanding is the essence of the spirit. You're not trapping the spirit. So
Okay.
in a sense, that's like a
It's like the
like
genie, like a
in a
genie in a
bottle.
bottle.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jen, he says, what could you consider those lesser beings, tricksters, or spirits?
The lesser beings? Yeah. The lesser beings, if you're referring to like the lesser beings that come, if we're talking about the demons, right? And you summon a demon, and the lesser beings being maybe the ones they command. Right? There's a lot of ones that come and just they're out, for chaos and trickster energy.
So
And so jinn too.
they're the Gaja demons.
They're like the gajas, yeah, causing chaos.
They feed it. We're
Little,
going back to
like
God.
they're like imps,
They're
but
feeding up the chaos.
yeah. But this is so when we talk about 9 times out of 10, when you have especially someone that is more into demonology or demonologer, when they are invoking a spirit, 9 times out of 10 they're doing the maybe lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram,
Right. So
because
Solomonic.
of things that may come, the trickster energies that may come with the specific spirit that they are invoking.
Oh shit.
Oh,
This
shit.
is really okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
So when I do, right, when I am, depending on who it is that I am invoking, it's always safe to be, because whoever it is, like you're sitting out, you might as well send out a telegram to the otherworldly realm. It's like, I'm about to do an invocation. I'm open, just send out a telegram, because when you do that, that's what's happening. So this is why you really do the cleansing, not necessarily for who it is that you're invoking, but because everything else that comes with it.
Yeah.
Think of it like a king getting summoned. He will send his scouts before. That's true. Absolutely true.
Right. That's a good way of looking at that.
Tell us about the gin, Mezakin. I know, and this is what I believe it was, but there was one time, and I think I said in the video, I was in the room recording a video, and no, I wasn't recording a video. I was on live with Patreon, and I forgot what it was about, but there was a being standing at the door, and at the time I was not thinking genie. At the time, I was just thinking like there's a being looking at me at the door, and he had like a huge bald head, funny pointy ears, and he was long. He was tall, and was very much like I just seen like the eyes, like the white of the eyes, and his skin was pearly. And so it was funny. I think it was Mazikeen I was talking to, um, and it didn't hit me till I was having that conversation that, oh, you know what? It was like it was like the jinn.
It was me, and I remember it could have been Mazikeen too, because Mazikeen is more aware about that stuff. But
Yeah.
I remember I said to you,
You did,
I was
right,
like,
right. We
that
had
was a jinn.
right. And then a light bulb came on,
It
like,
was
oh
like,
shit. You did. Right.
it was more jinn like,
Right.
you know, like, and
Right.
yeah, so yeah, and you know, again, we'll get back to the gathering energy, but this is a part of egregores. We went down that rabbit hole, that aspect of it.
Well, no, that's
Yeah.
so some of the reason I know for myself when I invoke some spirits is I'm getting fed.
About to say, yeah,
I'm getting
wow,
fed.
that's another. Damn, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Like people feed off the energy of invoking spirits. Like, why would you? Yeah, there could be another reason. Why would you invoke them?
Yeah. I
You
know. I
know?
love
You could get taught. You could get communication,
all
one
of the
help.
above. Yeah.
You can send them to. You need to punish somebody that's fucking with you.
Yeah.
Or you just right.
Yeah.
Or you just wanted some help. You want to help with knowledge. You need a help with bills. You need a help with helping your children or
either way, that's
sick.
that's
Yeah.
yeah.
You're sick. You need healing. You need medication. Whatever. Like,
Which is why we leave offerings. Absolutely.
yeah, right.
Exchange.
That's that. I didn't think about that. That's why you leave. Right. That's why you
Yeah.
leave the offering.
Yep.
Because you're showing your appreciation of
Yep.
the help. The you want to give back. Payment or something for them. The communication. Damn, that's deep. We're getting deep here. I like this.
Yeah, you paying for that energy. You paying for that service, right. that feed. You're paying for it.
Right.
Yep.
And yeah, it's an exchange. Yeah, didn't.
And even when I, because that's a part of my whole, because I first start with all the Venusian things. For me, ritual.
It's like a feeding,
right? And I think that is across the board for most people. Ritual, which is why I can, I love ceremonial ritual as well. It does something for me.
Right.
I could be like, it could take me, I could be dragging my ass knowing that I got to do this ritual. And even when I have asses sometimes, doing a ritual, but once I get into the ritual, the energy is raised. And then by the time I'm done with the ritual, it's like, why did it take me so long to do this?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sometimes, like when I'm having a hard week, I actually need to do a ritual, like to de-stress, to like not be so much in this world and go outside of this world, go on the other side, to communicate with the other side. I realized, like, that's even like when you do need to rest and your body puts you to rest, to feed off of rest is like a feeding, a recharging.
It's a recharging.
I didn't think about that. It just hit me. Like sometimes I get tired and so sleepy, or your body wants to put you to sleep. It's because it wants you to. What is rest? What is recharging? It's literally you leaving this plane, and your body, physical body, calms down, and you're waking on the other side. So it's like you're getting that fed energy off the other side, because your brain is not going to sleep. It awakens now. Your spirit is in the dream world and alive. You're just resting on this plane, and then if you have a good peaceful night, maybe you have pleasant dreams, maybe you have my night, whatever the case may be. But it's funny how you could wake up feeling renewed and refreshed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think about it. It's like a feeding almost, like
That's
resting.
true.
It's like a feeding. And
It's restorative.
but what got me on this conversation is because like the ritual, I would just need to, I'd be like, yo, look, I just need ritual. Like I need 30 minutes to just cut off everything, no TV, no, sit, calm, meditate, sometimes just alone, and do my prayers, do my ritual, do my ceremonial, do my whatever, tapping into connecting whatever spirit that I need to talk to for myself to regenerate myself to go on with the next day, the next week of work or dealing with people or dealing with the things that I got to deal with. I have to have that like a balance of like not too much of this world. Like I gotta need a little bit of. I look at when I do a ritual as tapping into the other world.
But you know what? I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah.
You and I never looked at it like that before until you said, because he reminded me when he was talking about the full moon. You that time, and this was years ago, where you were like, when you look up at the sky at night and the planets,
right? Damn, I forgot about
that. It like that
Yeah.
where you got
Right.
energy from that.
So, right, and I'm gonna go to that real quick. She reminded me. So I'm an amateur astronomer. I own like 6 telescopes. I love the universe. I love the sky, and I realized that I got that way because I would start looking up at stars and the planets in the sky and getting energy. Like literally, my mind.
Yeah, you would.
My mind. I would stay up all night just looking at the sky, the night sky, literally to the point where I started studying it. I became an astronomer. I started studying physics and just learning about planets, stars, comets, everything, our solar systems, the whole universe, because of it energized me. I didn't realize it fed me. I would be looking at the other planets, the moon, the Jupiter, all of them, Venus, Saturn, all of our planets in our solar system, even our star, the sun. And I would be starting to get fed off the fact of it. I realized it would literally energize me. That's how I would be staying up at night, and I would literally be out in my backyard alone with my telescope, just looking at the night sky.
You would be like a crystal being put out there,
charged. And I didn't even realize it. And I would also look at the International Space Station. I would track it every time that it would come across my sky. I had an app on my phone that would tell me when the times was, and I'd run outside with my telescope or binoculars just to see it go across the sky, and I'd catch it, and it just be. And it's funny how this thing passes our minds, our sky, somewhere on Earth every 90 minutes, but we don't notice it until you're looking, and then you be like,
until you look right.
Oh shit! There it go. Every 90 minutes, the International Space Station, ISS, literally goes over your head somewhere on this planet because it keeps just going around the planet constantly because it's in space. But you don't know it until you actually look at it, and then it'd be funny. But yeah. So feeding, egregores, how you gather energy that makes you come alive. So basically, it seems like whatever your passion, and meaning you got to know you, because if you don't know you, you won't know what you're passionate about.
Right.
You understand? You won't
know how to get fed.
It'll be a trickster.
Right.
It's false.
Yeah.
It's tricking you. Like sometimes I can see commercials. People put glamour on you. Say buy my product. That's glamour magic. That's tricking. It's tricking. You get it, and you spend. That's what it's meant to do. It's meant to
empty substance.
Empty. Yeah. Say it's going to trick you. It's going to help you. It's going to give you happiness, and it doesn't. But you're gonna spend your money on it. You're gonna hard earn money. You're gonna buy it, but it's tricking you. But it's not passionate. It's not in your soul. And when you buy something and you get something that it's in your soul that empowers you, it's not a fad. You connect with it. It really does. It never gets old. It never gets boring.
Yeah.
It always, every time you reach for it, every time you think about it, every time you hear that song, every time you focus on that, it's gonna always get you back, regenerate you. I just thought, yeah, that is a deep thing.
Like, you want to energize me? You just make sure you give me. You want this coffee, right?
Yeah, give me that.
Just give me that that perfume. Just, every time you feel like I need some energy to be energized or fed.
What's this perfume at? You want me to show everybody?
Get that perfume.
All right.
Okay.
Got you. Get you the perfume.
It
was pretty. It's a pretty box.
Yeah, but
where's your box at?
I don't know. You
gotta show the people.
No, they it's all right. No, because I don't need everybody like going to get this discontinued. So whatever's out there, that's it.
But
so
all right,
nobody.
I'll say this. This is a nice little, like a little quick runoff. Look, that thing keep.
I know we gotta
keep learning.
I don't know. Okay, there we go.
All right. So when we first met.
A
long time ago.
Back in 1950. No, I'm just kidding.
So what drew me to her?
Okay, I know what you're gonna
say. Was she had a perfume. She had the smell. She had a smell that. So talk about feeding. She had, not only did she have a badass haircut, like it was smoking, like it was. I was like,
now you're feeding me. All right.
She had a haircut. She was dressed a certain way, makeup done a certain way. But what stood out to me, and this is, I didn't, I hadn't met her. This is my first couple seconds of meeting what will be my wife. The smell. So the perfume that she wore.
I can tell you which one it was too.
I know. Go ahead.
It was for you old timers out there. It was Perry Ellis 360.
Yeah, see that the millennials won't know about that. That was
Perry Ellis 360.
We old anyway. I know, right. Burger. Yeah. So her smell just like when you walked in the room, that it overpowered the room, and it was.
Yeah, I always loved perfume.
She was smelling like I was like, God damn! Like,
I smell like money.
You smelling like money, man. but like that's when I knew. So so the difference between I'll tell you right there. That's the difference between why I would want to pick a woman like you to marry as to another woman. And I know this could go for guys too. Like guys could get relationships like this if they wear a nice cologne like that. A woman smells you like, and you smell good. That stays
mixed in with them pheromones.
Yeah, they're like, oh, and men don't. That's a nice little trick. That's glamour. Like you put on a nice. Gucci.
I glamored you.
You did. But guys, you put on a nice Gucci or cologne, like, man, shit. Versace. I love Versace. Versace is my cologne. You smell it like Versace, and you step in the room. What, man? Please, they be like, because regular guys just ain't gonna do that. And like that's how I noticed. Like certain women, it makes it makes feminine. It makes that energy almost like. You smelled it like the 360 Perry Ellis, and it was like alluring. It was like glamour. It was like Venusian, Venusian almost.
But also, right? Because you can't just go to the store, buy a perfume that smells good and just squirt it on.
It goes back to personal.
Right. You have to, there's a whole process. So there's a whole like glamour process, right? The perfume itself is not the glamour. Because not everybody can spray that 360 Perry Ellis and have the same effect. It is you knowing when you spray that, right? It is almost like I say it is akin to like when you are transformed, when you do glamour magic and like you're getting ready to go out and you're doing that transformation. It is a transformation, it's a metamorphosis, and you have to treat it as such. You are just like they did back in
Ancient Egypt.
yeah, you want to think about when you spray in this, it is dressing you with this glamour, so every spritz and everything else that you do with it. What?
Fucking cologne is magic. This is the reason why they invented it. The Egyptians and all that.
Exactly.
Oh shit. Oh, you're doing magic.
Right. This is what Cleopatra knew. She soaked in that bath of milk. I forgot what kind of milk it was. But Mexican, you on here? What? You still on here? I forgot what Cleopatra soaked in. But she was known for her aromas and things, right? So, she was, that could have been a part of what made her beautiful, why everybody was like the glamour she knew how to throw on.
Right.
Got a whole staff.
I like that. African wolf. Nice.
She got like
but yeah, that's that extra. I know that's a trick. Like
Jimmy Choo cologne. Oh my God.
Yo, you put that cologne on.
She developed the first
right.
Yes, fragrance.
There you
factory.
go. That's magic. Like
yes,
that's
yes.
It's a goddamn magic. It's glamour magic. Like that's Venusian. You can't get more Venusian and magical than
that's
that.
the quickest way. Glamour that, enchant that perfume, cologne, whatever it is, whatever scent you use, right? You can even create a scent, right? But put that glamour on it.
Yeah. But right. So like I said, you definitely, that smell was like, because like you'd be surprised. A lot of women don't realize that's the thing. They don't
realize how they might use it, but they don't realize how
empowering that could make them look differently from other women. Because a lot of women, it's not a thing that a lot of women do. They won't go that far. They may put makeup on, they may do like hair, but they won't have that smell.
They won't have that smell.
Yeah, right.
I truly think it's because it really is pheromones. It really is. Yeah. It really is an energetic aroma. There's an energetic aroma that comes with glamour.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's been, right, you don't have to put on perfume. You
could commit pheromones.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That is true.
Right. So if you are skilled enough in glamour, somebody could just walk by you and be like, do you have on perfume?
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's that. True. This is why it's not necessarily the perfume itself, but how you wield that magic.
Yeah.
I released a combo. I use a perfume and an oil. People also
remember that scent.
That signature scent.
Yes. Oh, that is so.
This is why I was so happy I found my signature scent today.
Right.
I have a couple, but that was one of my faves.
Right. That's true. It's definitely, you could be fed by that. Like literally that could feed you. Like, like I said, aroma, like you smell a coffee, you smell some, you're hungry, you smell some steak.
This is why as soon as we got home, I took the perfume out of the box and I set it on my altar with Venus. I was like, Venus, here you go. Charge this bad boy up.
But yes.
That was a big one. Aroma.
Wow. So you're feeding off of aroma. So there you go. For basically using your five senses.
Yeah.
If you are anything that engages your senses, like your eyes, your smell, your hearing, your taste, your touch.
Another one too. I know I mentioned art, but I didn't really explain and elaborate.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So, okay, it's a couple different ways, right? We can say that art can be something that is a a current of energy. So say you have say you know the artist. You don't even have to know the artist. Let's just say just someone put their energy. Say I create this piece, right? And I put my time and energy into this, and it could potentially be this energy, right? It made me feel happy while I was doing it. But there's this energy that's going into this piece, right? The story behind it. There's energy. There's that story in the art holds this energy. So when you go to an art gallery or when you go to a museum and you're looking at that art, this art you can really tap into if you're good, right? If you're good, if you know how to tap into energy, right? You can tap into this artwork, and you almost have to be really a good like empathic to tap into that art. But there's an energy that you can be fed by also with culture, right? And art and loving art. Going to the museum, going to I was just talking today when they had the Van Gogh art exhibit in New York. That was so beautiful. And the energy, like just I walked out of there just like floating because it was so beautiful. But there's something about art and specific art pieces that if you really sit with it and really tune into it, there's an energy that's present in the artwork.
Right. Well, that is deep.
Especially if it's intentional.
I'm about to say that just goes back into like you want to talk about like looking at some of the artists like the Mona Lisa, like the Da Vinci. You look at the picture that Da Vinci, I think that was Da Vinci that painted the Last Supper. You know, the Venus of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, like
the Holy Grail.
You know, all that for millenniums have been telling a story, have been affecting human beings ever since these arts were put out, because they were actually master magicians, Freemasons, high Freemasons, really.
The allegory.
Yeah, they were and they knew exactly what they were doing when they were doing these masterpieces like the Mona Lisa. So everybody that comes in effect with the Mona Lisa is all what they call it, geometric magic, all different types of aspects of everything put into that those art to affect you. When you look at it, right, it starts telling you this. So that, like you said, I didn't realize that it is a energy. It is a telling a story. Even on down to like, and you feel it. Like everybody that look at these art pieces,
you're immersed into it.
Start beginning immersed into like immediately, because it was supposed to do that. It was designed to capture you and start making you go reliving time. Like not now. You start time traveling, just looking at the art, like start realizing stuff. Just what is it saying? Why is the smile like this? What is it looking at? Like you really, and it really starts making you go into your own self. Like even on down to like I look at they have the cave paintings in France, early human cave paintings that go back to like, I think they painted them like 8,000 years ago in France.
8,000 years ago.
And they in the caves. They were doing art in caves. You know, humans been around for a while, but they were doing art back then in the caves of France.
For the purpose of living that story.
The same thing. Yeah. And when later on, when the people encountered these, went down in those caves and saw this art from humans that painted it 8,000 years ago, they did like you would do when you go to a museum right now, and a Van Gogh is in front of your face. It started awakening. It brought them back to 8,000 years ago in France, how it might have looked, what the creatures were around.
Right.
We noticed that we were still the same people. we were still the same human. Those humans 8,000 years ago think like us right now. Like we were still, we're the same. You know what I'm saying? And it even like brings you down that level of speculation and esoteric knowledge. Like it's a way to transition and say
even in those paintings they was feeding.
They were feeding.
Most of them were about the cattle that they were.
They made up. They made up. What do you say? An egregore? The Mona Lisa could be an egregore.
Absolutely.
You heard it here first. Esoteric Nights.
But even I know you'll like this one. Even the like in the mosque in those buildings.
Oh,
they're created.
Oh my God!
Specifically,
to
you know.
Yeah, right. and we know, I'm not sure if any Middle Eastern people up here, but I know Magick is, and shout out to Magick. But yes, like some of just that's like
the architect.
The architecture. I forgot what they call it.
I know
sacred architecture or something like that.
This, they use sacred geometry.
Sacred geometry, where they designed everything. They put
from the color,
the Quran. It's written into the building and all the designs. And literally, as soon as you walk into some of those great mosques, you feel like you're in another planet,
right? Because the way it's sacred geometry that brings about a certain frequency.
Yeah, you just realize,
right, when you walk in,
you have left the earth.
The awe and that feeling.
The awe is like you've entered the inner sanctum. You've entered the holies of holies. And I know some Catholic churches and some cathedrals bring that same element. Like it's like you walking into a Greek temple. You have now, even though you're still on earth, you have stepped into a portal of the dimensions now. Yeah. And you feel it. That's like even a feeding. I guess maybe that's why you'll go to the mosque and pray, or your temple and pray as a home, because you want to go outside of your regular element and come into this, step into a different realm. Like that temple will represent not just this temple, but the temple, you're stepping in the temple to receive more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Even like with Solomon's temple too, like the way that the Freemasons replicated,
right?
Because it brought about a certain, I remember going back to Misty. What I remember, it wasn't until I got older that I understand why it was so important to have, right, the inner and the outer court, the way they built it. Like, because when you read in the Bible, they broke it down in every little detail, how many cubic feet and all of this. I remember reading that and going like, well, why was this so important? But when I got older, I understood that there's acoustics, there's vibrations, there's frequencies, and in the outer core, this is what's going to be happening. So it's just like this energy is going to be raised there. So every level of each room you stepped in, like in Solomon's temple, there was something different that took place. Yeah.
Deep stuff. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. And that's definitely reenacted again.
Yeah.
Constantly. Right. Children's artwork has a very unique frequency. Yes.
That's true, actually. Yeah. That's a good thought, because like when I think about reading a children's book, or even
children can express themselves too through like the art. I guess that's like art psychiatry, psychology and stuff.
Yeah, they
like this. I remember the art I used to draw when I was like 10.
What you used to draw?
12, and I was expressing myself actually.
What would you
like you could, and that's like you were saying, brought that up, children's artwork. Like you got a child that's like 5, 6 or something, they drawing certain things. They could be afraid to tell you certain things, but they could actually tell a story in their art.
That they usually do. Yeah.
And they may express it in school, and the teacher looks at that shit and be like, let's call this, we call them diapers. Because why is this child painting his mother getting smacked up or whatever, So it's like, watch what's going on in your house. Children have the appearance exactly,
do,
and they will
yeah.
tell on your ass. You doing the wrong thing in front of them,
Yeah.
or why is this child painting his picture of smoking some weed in the house? Anyway, look. But yeah, go ahead into it. Like
that is not.
Go ahead.
Currents of energy.
Read it. Read. All right, we're gonna go there now. Yes, people smoke. People like to get to that blunt.
Hey, that's
feeding. That's feeding.
feeding.
I ain't knocking. Look, whatever makes you calm down and relax. I don't give a fuck. And like, as long as you ain't bothering me, I don't care. Like, make sure just do it responsibly. You want to smoke that weed
with the children's energy, though. I know it's very watching The Last Unicorn. Like, I don't even look at those things as children's.
Yo, that's magic. Everybody know that. Disney been getting us forever.
Yeah,
they've been getting us forever. They've been like hypnotizing us, telling us magical stories forever. Disney, that's what it is. Like that's why they're a $1 trillion company. Like telling the stories. It is magic. Like go ahead. Like it's not. It's the way to teach deep magical stories with it seems like a game or a child thing, but it's teaching not only you, it's teaching everybody that's watching it something deeper.
I always, I still to this day, like I love some of those, the cartoons. I don't even like calling them. What do they call them now? The
anime? Not anime.
No, action. I forgot. I'm old. I'm old school, so I forget what they call it. But it is never ending story. Yep. If we look at those, I look at all of everything that I watched from when I was, a child on up, because I soak up stuff like that. But it is because I'm not looking at it at actually what it is. I'm looking at the allegory of it. I'm looking at how can I relate this story, to me, right? How can I relate? I'm not talking about like, I was thinking like there was Magic Land somewhere, but I mean more like how can it inspire me, right? How can I look at the story of The Last Unicorn and let it inspire me? I looked at it a little differently. I looked at like,
but that is how you are inspired. You still use that stuff too.
Absolutely,
it awakened you.
Yeah,
it initiated
absolutely. You. I look at all of that, and it helps find the because to find that real truest magic, like you was saying, it's pure. It's tapping into it. It removes all of everything that has been caked on top of your truest magic, right? So it's like going into all those movies that I can sit here and just tell my age, but yeah, I love. That's how I use Disney. I use Disney for that, in a way.
Yeah.
That's one of my currents of power. Disney
feed off of Disney,
right?
Harry Potter been teaching motherfuckers how to do magic forever.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Yeah. a lot of people wouldn't even know how to do anything magical if they didn't watch Harry Potter. Like that's a real thing. Like it's definitely been initiating people.
Yeah. I think it's magic in that.
Yeah, and that's feeding.
Yeah.
So learning is a feeding. Learning, education, knowledge.
Well, we can't stay on here too much longer because we have some people coming over. We're gonna have a little magic time. So we're gonna. It's not short. It's short for us.
I know we normally do 2 hours, right? Thank you guys for hanging in with us in the other times when we do like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a good time, at least?
Really?
Come on, I want to know. Like,
Yeah.
but I appreciate Rafe. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody who showed up and keeps supporting us and showing up.
Yeah, thank you for the support. Thank you for hanging.
Una, let me give some shout outs. Una, Rafe, African Wolf, Mezquine, Alucarda.
Yes, Craig.
Craig.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. The next one I want to bring a little ritual and some magic fun, but we'll see what that's going to be. So I hope you all have a beautiful night. Is there anything you want to say before we go?
No, is it the full moon?
The full moon just passed. We are now in its waning state.
So go out there, look at the moon.
Yeah, it's still because it was a super moon. Oh my gosh, that was a hell of a moon.
Go feed. Yeah, soak up your energy.
Yes,
feed off the moon,
and go find what that is for you. What is it? Ask yourself, what is it for you, where your soul comes to life and it revives your soul. What are those things for you, and see if you can make that a source of power, right? That you can draw your energy from, right? Make it an egregore, make it a, enchanted.
But put your genie in your bottle.
Yeah, get your genie in your bottle. If you want me to make a video on how I did that, I will, but because I think that was fun. But
I want to talk about the gin. The gin one day.
We're gonna have other guests on here for that. Yeah,
I want to talk about Harut and Marut. If you don't know about those that's the Quran.
I got that PDF actually.
So it's a lot of good topics we got to go ahead that keep this going, and deep stuff. Yeah. Una, like, yes, okay. Please. Yeah.
The jinn, because it's Solomon's the 72. Some of them are considered jinn as well.
Ooh. We got good topics, guys. All right.
Yeah. All right. So everyone have a beautiful night, and as I always say, what do I always say?
Into the shadows.
Into the shadows. Night night.
Bye-bye.